All right, so let me just let people know that we're starting a little early.
Okay. Okay, we're here. So, you.
Huh?
Let's see. Count house. Hang on. I good. Uh, it ain't come on yet. My phone. Oh wait, win, win. Good thing win. It ain't come on yet. My phone. Oh wait, win, win. Good thing
I hear
win.
an echo.
Okay. Oh wait, just my. It's just something.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do the stream, and glad you came just in time, Jian.
Sure.
Okay. We're
Gee.
doing about voice acting. About
Right. Yeah, I guess a bunch of things, but I guess we can start with the voice acting thing.
yeah. So you see on the photo I did my editing on the
Yes, I saw
background,
that. Right.
and in this background it's just like the old photos from the 1950s.
Yes. It does. It does seem that way at times.
Yeah, you see it says color voice only for more diversity.
Right.
And the other picture says white girl for voicing non white characters.
Yes.
Yeah. And this picture is Jay Slate, and the other picture is I hard to pronounce her name there, but you get to know I felt before the big mouth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Big Mouth as a cartoon, but I am familiar in general with this. Um, I guess maybe recently known to us trend of like you said, kind of like not even kind of this whole white guilt thing about white people voicing non-white characters, and either they are fired from the role, or like kind of like this with the voice actress who voiced Jubilee on the X-Men animated series. She is graciously stepping away so an Asian actress can voice an Asian American character, and I just disagree with it just out of principle.
Yeah, I felt the same. I get very exhausted and angry while we live in the times that was like 1950s, just horrible times, racial segregations, and you should not go the same like you do.
Right. I mean, you would think that after literal decades, after the 50s and the civil rights movement and everything that we've just gone through as a society, both in the U.S. and across the world, that we would learn these lessons, but apparently uh, we don't. My thing is this, and I just want to be clear. I'm not demanding that the original voice actress come back if she does not want to. To me, it's the reasons why she's giving up the role that are of concern to me. It's one thing if she said, it's been 20 some years, I can't get my voice that high anymore. That happens. The voice is a muscle, it wears out, especially if you're using it to like sing or voice act all the time. Or if she said, look, I have these commitments, these other commitments, like life stuff. We all understand that. But when someone says they are stepping away from a role, not for professional reasons or personal reasons or health reasons, but because they want to open the door for the is basically like with like casting. That is just something that I just fundamentally disagree with. And the crazy thing is that, in my opinion, I actually think this type of behavior, this type of culture, is just going to actually backfire against the very people of color it claims to help. Because under this logic, Phil Lamar, an African American man, has to give up his role as Samurai Jack because he's not a Japanese man who studies kendo or the samurai way. Um, what's her face? Ah, what's her name? Cree Summer. She's voiced many characters. She voiced Penny in the old Jesus,
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. That one. She voiced Hyena in Gargoyles. They were both white. They were both white women. Does she now have to give up all of her non-black roles and just stick to characters like Maxine from Batman Beyond or other African American roles she has had? Because my thing is, if you're gonna do this, then the rules have to apply to everybody. So either everyone can voice anyone so long as they can fit the role and all of the logistics and business stuff is worked out, or everyone has to stay in their lane and be more or less pigeonholed for their race of all things in voice acting, which is one of the very few avenues of acting where your appearance shouldn't mean a thing. What does it matter? Women voice teen boys and little kids, little boys all the time. But
And
suddenly
yeah,
now
you know, and Bart
we have
Simpson
one race.
and Bart Simpson was voiced by a woman who didn't have
Right.
no
Yeah.
yellow skin tone.
Right.
Go
Exactly.
ahead.
And how do we even you take art, right? The Simpsons being yellow. Are we now all of a sudden going to assume that all of the yellow characters, which would be nearly every Simpson character, is coded as Asian? I mean, like,
No, hell no.
how
That's
far do you
just
want to go with this?
racist.
That's the
No,
thing.
no,
It's like
I'm not a fan. I was
this is
making a joke.
the
I was like, wow,
this,
really?
this is the logical conclusion that people are going to run into if they keep going this way.
Uh, yeah, it is. Hang on, I think I go. I'll leave it there. Okay, let's move on.
Sure.
So, what are you saying about um, like, look, I can understand because 2020s, it's just a worst heck of the year. I'm just saying, it's just so if it's very shows you that the reasons that they are doing this because social media, because these toxic social media warriors, I'm just saying Twitter warriors, because
Right.
remember the joke when Seth MacFarlane, because it's on Family Guy, when they have a cut the clip of you know the black woman that I'll show you that. Hang on, I'll show you that.
Okay.
I will go to show you.
Yeah, because I'm not too familiar with Family Guy. I was never big on The Simpsons or similar cartoons.
And so there's that clip, and hang
Sure.
on, my cat is out the door.
No.
Whatever. Sorry, Jan. I just take care of that cat out there. He's meowing many
No, I get it.
times.
I have a cat too. I understand.
Yeah, we have cat kids. Wait, where's that clip there? Wait, where's that clip there? Wait, where's that clip there? Where's that clip there? Jeez. Uh. Uh. I cannot find it. Oh.
Okay,
Bill
it's
Cosby
okay.
sweet. Excuse me.
It's okay.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, but I get if going by this conversation, I probably get what you're talking about. How
You know what I mean.
yeah, black person voicing a non-black or a non-black voicing a black person. It's like this is voice acting. What does it matter? And what's interesting
Oh,
is that
sorry. It's
apparently
just an echo from my phone. I know.
okay. What's interesting is that apparently this is not the first time that they have done this for the X-Men show. Tristan of Nerdette's Newsstand, I don't know if you saw it, but she left a comment on the video that I did today about the unifying power of comics, and she said that they had done this back in the day when it came to the role of Storm. So that was news to me. I knew there had been two actresses in the beginning, but I didn't know about this. So I actually did look into it, and she was correct. There were actually, to sort of summarize it, there were three actresses. One was a white woman. They fired her, or she left, whatever it was, because she was white, and they were concerned back in 1992. I don't even know how in the world people would have known outside of the business, considering how the internet didn't exist then, right? But they fired the first, or she left. The first actress left very early. They hired Iona Morris, who did the first season, and then they found a way to sort of phase her out, and they brought in Alison Sealy Smith, who's Canadian. They removed Morris because American voice actors get residuals for reruns. Canadians don't. So so they made these business decisions to get the actress ultimately that had the role
Oh,
for
that's
the
called
vast majority
nationalism.
of the show, Sealy
Nationalism,
Smith.
yeah.
So as I said in the comment to Tristan, I still disagree. Even look, Sealy did a great job. Her voices of Storm from that show are iconic. I would never deny that. But that doesn't mean that I agree with the series of events or the motivations behind the series of events that led to that. You know what I mean? I can't fundamentally agree with um, firing an actress or somehow getting rid of her for no other reason when it comes to voice acting than her skin and this concern that 7-year-olds in 1992 were somehow going to be aware of the ethnicity of the actress. If that's the case, then why did they hire a white woman in the first place to voice Jubilee back in 1992? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to see, 1992, like, in the 1990s, that since the incident happened in California with the Wami King
And thank you
guy,
to Tristan for that information. You know,
yeah,
you still there?
yeah, here, where the Wami King guy was beaten on camera, that's what leads to people went to
Huh?
the full diversity there, not like really like we have today, and people like want diversity so badly, and that's the reasons they want diversity in the police force in the 1990s, and you got to see how complete know that.
You're coming through kind of choppy. I'm not getting the full gist of what you're trying to say.
Oh, sorry. Here's it. So you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. In the 1990s, man, I just know why the computer is just so. Hang on. Being tired of it.
I'll try something else
So, hear me?
because you're not coming through clearly on my end. Do you hear me well on your end? Because I'm not hearing you well on my end. Try something else.
So, hear me?
Not coming through clearly on my end.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
hear me well on your end? Because I'm not hearing you well on my end. Try something else.
So, hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah. Okay. So let's continue.
Okay. All right. What else do you want to discuss? I'm an open book.
Um. The, the BoJack Horseman. Uh. Yeah. I would. Without that. Um. The voice actress. Um. She's really just. Let me show you why.
Not too familiar with. I've heard of BoJack Horseman, but I've never watched it. But yeah, I mean, whatever show it is, like I said, I have a fundamental disagreement with the idea of hiring like for like, right? Especially doing it intentionally. It's one thing if the best person for the audition happens to be the same gender, ethnicity, gender identity, sexuality, or whatever of a character, but it's different when that's the goal. When the goal is to hire a black person to voice a black person. When we're talking about voice actings or anything else, any other sort of demographic data. So yeah, I mean, whatever the show is, that's pretty much my stance on it. I can't think of too many instances where it can be um, justified. A good performance doesn't mean that the road taken to get to that performance was necessarily a good one.
Um.
Okay, Will Arnett is BoJack.
You're saying about the light cats you were just trying to talk about?
Huh? Hmm.
Um. I mean, you're just complaining about the casting. I just cannot understand you in the background because
Okay, well, it looks like you have at least one person who's not Asian voicing an Asian person. from the looks of the character names and the actors.
Hey, this is not one to you know, voice acting. I have no problem. Like, if you want to talk about a diverse culture, just voice anything you wanted it. I have nothing to complain about that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that voice acting is again one of the key
You know, America
avenues
is a
of
white majority because
nation. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered. I know that just in general today, there's a lot of people who will look at the
there's
demographic.
Breaking Bad dude.
But yeah, looks like a lot of white people, and I'm personally not bothered
Jesse.
by that. Will Arnett's playing a horse. I mean, what do you want, right? It's about the voice. It's like what Ursula said in Poor Unfortunate Souls in The Little Mermaid. What I want is your voice.
Oh god, Little Mermaid reboot. I mean, the movie. Oh, they just blackwashing Ariel. Oh god, I'm just.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't even know where they're at in that project, but Disney needs to stop trying to reboot their 90s princess films and trying to address these bad faith arguments that have cropped up on the internet over the years. I remember in 2017, about a week after the live action Beauty and the Beast aired, I went to the Magic Johnson Theater in Harlem after work late at night to go see it, and I pretty much squirmed through 2.5 hours of a movie I could not stand. That movie is like the embodiment of so many issues that I have with the media today. They keep trying to things
So
that
I
don't
was.
need any.
The reason I bring up
Sorry,
Jack
go.
Horseman.
Alison Brie regrets voicing Diane McGuinn on BoJack Horseman. Yeah, I doubt she actually regrets it. She's just,
Uh,
saying may culpas because of modern media sensibilities. I now understand that people of color should always voice people of color. No, no, bad sentiments.
it's just totally upsetting.
But she's gonna say what they tell her to say.
Those idiots in Twitter, I mean, celebrities, wanted to be like freaking. Oh wait, I get it.
Yeah, they always. It's false. It's just all part of the game. I mean, come on, it's Hollywood. Everyone's bought and sold. Stepping down from voicing black characters in Big Mouth and Central Park. Yeah, would no longer be voiced by, which again is stupid. Especially now, the funny thing is that, right, the whole thing, okay, voice black with black or Asian with Asian or whatever it is. Okay, depending on the character and depending on the work, what is the appropriate black voice or Asian voice or any other type of voice? Take Jubilee. She's not an immigrant. She was born in the U.S. She's an '80s mall rat. So what does it matter who voices it? What type of voice is the voice director going to even give her now? Regardless of who the actress is. Are
Yeah,
they going to give her this, very heavy, fresh off the boat, doesn't speak very good English type of like stereotypical Asian or Chinese accent to emphasize that she's Chinese? Although Jubilee being Chinese has never been a big factor for the character. What's more important is the fact that she was homeless than her being Chinese. Kristen Bell said, "Accept the voice
Someone
of
got a
Barbara."
person voicing her. I met a homeless Asian woman to voice her. That's we got to find. We should find a homeless
Yeah,
person for.
exactly. Right? You want a homeless, give a homeless person a job, right? They can use it. Help uplift them, right? But it's just all foolishness, and it's just patronizing, and it's just virtue signaling. So then, who can voice who? It becomes a question now. A medium where you should have
Yeah, it's
a lot
true.
more creative freedom with who you cast, because appearance doesn't matter. They're not going to be on screen, and now they're treating it like it's live action casting where you have to be concerned, or at least you should be. I mean, like, the funny thing is that they're instituting this very hard line, at least on white actors and actresses in voice acting, about how they can only voice, white characters now. But when it comes to live action casting, like you said, they'll race lift and they'll blackwash and they'll take any redhead and make them a black person without any shame, regardless of how many people complain and how many people say they don't like this. They'll keep doing it. So again, they just make up these very silly, arbitrary rules, and then they just flout them whenever they want to. They are not consistent. Then you can't expect any sort of consistency or moral, just any morals out of the entertainment business. So yeah, I mean, what else is there to say about it? Hollywood gonna Hollywood, right? Hollywood gonna Hollywood.
Yeah, we just don't care about diverse people. All you guys want is to get your white girl syndrome and crybabies from Twitter. Just they just want to make themselves look bad.
More or less,
They just don't want to lift those minorities. They just want to like they want to put them back to and just felt like Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, and other stuffs. And we support you guys as long as we don't judge your skin color.
Thing is that it's Hollywood. Hollywood will support something up until it doesn't benefit them anymore, right? Think about it. You had all the BLM protests and everything last year, and that's how you know how incredibly performative it is, right? Because you have so many people on the internet or on Twitter in general who are true believers. I mean, you've even seen it with the Rittenhouse verdict yesterday. There are true believers who want to believe that what the media tells them is the whole unvarnished truth that would never lie. But can you really say that you're rebelling against the man and the system if every major corporation is on your side? The only thing they're rebelling against these days is good common sense.
No, no, I just don't care to leave. Continue. And like, Uh, like seriously. This is foreign racism. This is not diversity anymore.
Oh no, it's not any sort of real diversity. At best, it can be referred to as performative diversity, because that's what it's all about. It's about looking good. It's about looking like you're actually helping the poor, oppressed POC actors who apparently can't find roles on their own, supposedly. So now you must give them roles solely based on their skin tone, supposedly, not their talent, not anything else. Everything, all that other stuff that should matter is going to go by the wayside. And the first thing they're going to look at is go, hey, you have the same skin shade as the character. Here you go. It's performative, and that's it.
Yeah, it was very performative from now on. I realize why they're doing this because
Huh? Did you drop out? Taylor, you still there? I don't know if anyone's watching, but I hope you're enjoying the conversation. Anyone there? Does anybody have any thoughts on the Cowboy Bebop show or the Yu Yu Hakusho Netflix adaptation? I pray that doesn't happen.
there it
It's one
is.
of my favorite anime and manga
I'm
ever.
here.
Hey,
Sorry,
it's okay.
my bad. It was a bleak accident. My dumb computer just turned off.
I've been there.
Eh,
So, any other topics you wanted to
yeah.
discuss?
So let's talk about the voice acting thing. Well,
I, th- I don't think that there's much more to say on the topic. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss? I mean, I think my
there's more I
position's
can
going
just
to be the
explain.
same. Yeah,
Oh,
like, is there anything?
and you want to explain some stuff? Sure, you could do it. We can do that a little bit. So, what do you want to talk about? Just a little bit. Yes.
I mean, whatever. I mean, have you the what is it? The Cowboy Bebop Netflix adaptation came out. Any thoughts on that?
Oh, I didn't watch it yet. Uh, um, the Cowboy Bebop thing. Well, it's something. I'd love to watch, which I can't wait to watch, find these clips and go in and find and bash it.
Oh, we have a viewer. It says from Francine. It says, "Hi, just started watching the Bebop
Oh wait, we
series,
got
just
a
the first
commenter.
episode."
Let's see. Hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I wonder if that person means the original anime or the Netflix series. I've seen a few. I've seen a few clips online of a few scenes from the Netflix Bebop series, and I don't use the word cringe too often, but it really is cringe. There's like one clip where this like older white woman with red hair is talking to Jet, who's now black for some reason. Jet Black. I guess they wanted to go very literal with it. And he says something about that's blackmail. He's telling her that whatever she wants or wants him to do is blackmail. And she's like, "Oh, yes, it is, because you are black and you are male." I'm like, oh my god, they actually said that. They actually paid someone to write that. And they paid someone to say that. The dialogue alone, I'm like, no, no. Leave anime alone, Netflix. This is just no. Don't stop. 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 Okay, Francine says the Netflix series. Francine, I mean, not for me to tell anyone what to do, but I would highly recommend watching the anime and only the anime. I highly doubt the Netflix series is worth your time.
I just watched the anime. I just remember Cowboy Bebop. It was years ago. I was like young that time.
Oh yeah, that
And I just realized that uh, I just watched the entire first season till the end, or I just realized it come out in 1998 and in 2000, and that when I was
yeah
born.
yeah. I remember. Let me see here. I think it came out in Japan sometime in the late '90s, but I think it came to America a few years later because I remember watching it on Adult Swim. So I would have been in my late teens, early 20s. Uh, okay, Francine, your choice. I guess it's best to compare the two. But I remember watching it when I was in my like late high school, early college years on back when they did Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. So that brings back memories. But yeah, now they want to do a live action version of One Piece. My condolences to the One Piece fans. And now they want to do one for Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm just like, no, no, no. I like that one too much. Leave it alone. Net,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I think One Piece my action is gonna be trash.
I mean, given their track record thus far with anime adaptations, I mean, there was what Netflix one a while back. Not Netflix. I mean, Death Note, the adaptation of Death Note a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly have a lot of hope for for the One Piece one or the Yu Yu Hakusho one because just the special effects budget. Your special effects budget's going to be through the roof. That's my thing. It's like, how do you again? I'm not familiar with One Piece, but I know Yu Yu Hakusho very well. So how are they gonna do visuals for like Yusuke's spirit gun? Are they even gonna be allowed to be called a spirit gun? Or are they gonna try to call it something else? Hello, Taylor. Oh, the mic's unplugged.
Hey, you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey there.
I can hear you, Taylor.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to contract. Let's get to Cleveland. Yeah.
Hey.
Uh, let's see. Let's see. Ben, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Gentry will no longer voice Family Guy character Cleveland Brown, becoming the latest white actor to step away from playing a character of color on an animated series. It's been an honor to play Cleveland on Family Guy for 20 years, he announced on Twitter Friday. I love this character, but Percival should play characters of color. Therefore, I will be stepping down from the role.
Therefore, he made the wrong decision, at least from a moral standpoint, in my personal opinion.
No longer voice Family Guy Cleveland
I'm
Brown.
sorry.
Mhm.
Yes.
Free text to voice converter that will read out any text to you in natural voices.
Okay, continue.
No, I'm just saying, I always find that funny when they say it's natural voices. I'm like, there is nothing natural about it. It talks.
Yeah, computers don't have.
Yeah, but like I was saying about Yu Hakusho, that's
What you
the
say about
I was talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, or was there something else you wanted to discuss?
uh, well, for my reaction to Harry stepping away from Cleveland,
Right. Like I said, that mindset of black should voice black, Asian should voice Asian is not
yeah. So, what else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I guess we can talk about Netflix or anime or video games. What are your interests?
About your opinion of Cowboy Bebop. I just really think about to rebooting um what's this anime? I forget. They're trying to reboot. Oh, Berserk! Freaking Berserk, people.
Oh no, I didn't know about that. Especially now that the mangaka passed away over the summer, if I remember correctly.
Uh, that's very sad to see him pass away.
Yeah.
It's tragic, and I see how more to his family.
Yes, yes, certainly. But now they can pretty much put any ending on it that they want. I wonder if he had any because a lot of mangaka, especially when they get really big and famous, they'll have like artists who like work under them and whatnot because they have just so much work to do and so little time to Kamala Khan. Oh gosh, she needs her own
Whoa!
name.
I just heard it from Clownfish TV. Man,
Excuse me.
I can't believe Twitter weirdos gonna jack this one up.
Right. I'm sorry, Taylor. You were saying?
What is that? Oh, you mentioned Kamal Khan, how it compared to, Luffy, or did it get compared to Trump with it?
Kamala Khan's biggest problem, in my opinion, as a character, is the fact that she's still in everyone's shadow. She doesn't really have an identity of her own. I mean, for crying out loud, she has the Miss Marvel name because she took it from Carol Danvers. So her hero name is something that was gifted onto her by a white woman, and somehow Marvel thinks this is diversity.
Oh gosh, their diversity is just, oh god, oh man, Disney just don't get a single clap for the minority. I like doing the Latin Heritage Month. They put in Latinx in it.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, that Latinx stuff. It's like, how many times do Latinos have to tell you that they don't like this term before you listen?
Uh, none. There's none of it. Wow. Those idiots just failed. Imagine that. In Black History Month, you're gonna call me you. You say you're hap and black, and they're called us Black Nicks.
Yeah, it's
Black
crazy. But again, like, yeah, they're again, it's all just performative. It's all performative, which is why I don't pay it a lot of. I'm not gonna say I don't pay mind, otherwise I wouldn't have video content. But I guess I'm not getting as angry about it as I used to because it's just part of a game that they play. They will they will be pro this faux anti-diverse form of diversity up until it no longer benefits them, and then they will champion uh, something else, right? Like all this LGBTQ representation. I have no problem with it as a concept or an idea. We've come to a place where we can talk about these things openly. But there's a difference between having a character who is uh, a bunch of other things, and one of those things is their orientation, and then they are defined by that. Kind of like the whole, uh, uh, John Kent Superman thing. He's not, a superhero and a young man and all other qualities he could have, right? He's just been boiled down to bisexual Superman, which is what everyone refers to him to. Bisexual Superman. It's like how degrading is that? I mean, I can't speak for the LGBTQ community, but if somebody boiled me down to just that black person, I'd be mad as hell.
Yeah, I just know that, you know, like Netflix was doing, they just wanted to woke anything up. Like they just, and 13 Reasons Why, from the book series, and then I had no protest or mention about, revenge type or anything. They just gonna add on revenge title to this. And that really totally upsets me. They got 4 seasons that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it would be nice if a book about a superhero would focus on him being a superhero. But in the modern day, what they consider super heroics or just heroics in general is just very partisan and aggressive and divisive activism. And it's like, okay, well, you want to make John Kent an activist? Okay, I just won't read it. I want a story about a hero who saves people. In fact, I've been reading what is it, Rising of the Shield Hero, the light novel of it, off and on. And one of the things that continues to impress me about the character of Nafumi is that the guy truly is the Shield hero, right? He gets screwed over left and right by the government in his world, has been accused of a heinous crime that he didn't commit. He constantly hates people because people hate him and they judge him, right? And who's going to question the king, right? If the king says this man is almost raped my daughter, who's going to question it, right? But despite everything Nafumi goes through, he will still put his life on the line and the life of his teammates on the line to protect the regular innocent people. He is a hero. He's not an activist, right? He's not trying to change the world, but he is saving it because he's a hero. He's not there to push an agenda. He's there to protect people, which is something that I wish modern comic writers would understand. The funny thing is that if they would just tell stories of heroism and then put in the social themes or the LGBTQ stuff or whatever else they want to put in as like secondary or tertiary elements, right? As sort of seasoning, right? Some sort of flavoring to sort of build up the character and expand them and give them life, they would actually get everything that they want. They could have their social messaging and they could have their activism and they could have their whatever demographic character while still telling a story that would actually entertain the reader and would be one of unity, coming together, overcoming our differences instead of constantly drawing lines in the sand and being divided.
Yeah,
Sorry
because
for the rant.
I just never watched the anime. I just read the Alice's behind it. But oh, wait, there's a commenter, Ruby King. Yo, what's up, Ruby? In the stream. Oh yeah, I just made a stream with Ruby King. So
Yo. Hey, yo.
good rant. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't mean to dominate the conversation.
It's fine. At least you join my stream, you can want a little opinion there. But I have a lot of opinions about voice acting there. But that's why I was complaining about this.
Right.
So let's get back the the rant on the wait. Sorry, I could not be there at the moment. It's fine. At least you're on chat with us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at least it's something.
So let's get back to the voice acting and of how like
The crazy thing is that if they get their way, or if they continue this way, if like must voice like, then guess what's going to happen? The American anime dubbing industry is going to die out because the majority of people in that are not only white, but they're not Asian. I can't think of too many Asians who are in the cartoon dubbing scene, or especially the anime dubbing scene. So if
oh,
y'all are going to,
oh yeah.
that means that Funimation's going to collapse. Every dubbing studio is going to collapse eventually.
Yeah, it's true. I was worried about that. I just heard that from Clownfish TV.
Well,
Yeah,
Funimation should collapse, but not because of this.
let's, let's get to this
Henry has voiced
stupid thing. Just for
Henry has voiced the character since Family debuted in 1999 and on the spin-off The Cleveland Show, which ran from 2009 to 2013. Several other actors have announced this week that they will no longer voice black characters as Black Lives Matter protests continue across the country. Episodes of 30 Rock and Scrubs that showed actors in blackface were pulled from streaming services earlier in the week, and on Wednesday, Jenny Slate announced she would no longer voice a black character on Big Mouth.
oh my god, what is this? This is Mary cringe. Super cringe I ever felt. Wow, this is cringe. There's the last one. Where I'm done with it. Piece of crap.
Okay.
At the start of the show, I reasoned with myself that it would be permissible for me to play Missy because her mom is Jewish and white as am I, Slate wrote on Instagram. But Missy is also black, and black characters on an animated show should be played by black people. Kristen Bell also announced on Wednesday that she would not play a biracial character in the upcoming series Central Park and the role would be recast. Casting a mixed race character with a white actress undermines the specificity of the mixed race and black American experience, Bell said.
Who the hell is she to comment on the mixed race or black experience?
Are pledging to make it right. I am happy to relinquish this role to
Yeah,
someone who
I was stressed out about that.
and I will commit to learning,
I
growing,
will get to
and
the
doing
next
my part
part.
for equality and inclusion. The show's team released a statement saying they regretted casting a white woman in the role and said Bell would continue to play a role on the show, just no longer voicing the character.
Bullshit.
Agreed.
That it's just It's freaking cringe, man. An intermixed child? Seriously? Oh wait, there's comments there. I feel like it's some pissy right there.
It's a racist
Ayo.
sentiment. Oh, hey, Al.
I am here for you, Jen. Okay. I here for you too. Ayo.
But the
Okay,
thing
reason
is,
this pissed me off when you got the biracial
Mhm.
character who's a mixed person, not like fully white or black, just a mixed character.
right.
How in the heck is a black woman going to freaking cast a mixed child? I mean, a mixed character. It's just cringy.
The
Oh
thing is,
man.
that it doesn't matter. It's literally a person's voice. For example, I'm mixed. I'm biracial. I'm not part. Well, there is some white in the family, but like way down the line. But like my parents, my mother and father, right? Neither one of them are white, so I don't have a stereotypically black voice, and I don't have a stereotypically Native American voice. What do you want me to do? Walk around going and speaking in like broken English or whatever. The thing is that again, who the hell is Kristen Bell to talk about the black biracial experience, especially when it comes to a flipping cartoon? It's a cartoon. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We don't sound a certain way, right? Sometimes your voice can give you away as a certain ethnicity or gender. At times it doesn't. Ask any woman who has an exceptionally deep voice. Ask any man who has an exceptionally high voice, right? Or again, because we are people, we can change the sound of our voice. I can speak in a very high voice, just like this, and I can go really, really, really deep if I choose to. So who the hell is she?
You know, in my voice, my background, I sound like a kid. I had to be kids because I sound kiddish, and that's ageism. Ageism. Oh, Asian. Hey,
Hey,
so true. Okay, yes. So you want to tell me you're gonna hire me as because I only got voiced by little black kids? That is
right?
very totally racisty for me and piss me off. Gonna put me to 1950s here. Christ.
I agree. I mean, I remember. This is what I wish they would go back to. I remember reading a Miss Marvel comic, not Kamala Khan, actually Carol Danvers, the Miss Marvel, and I think it's the first issue of her solo series from like 2006. It shows these little kids playing, right? They're like playing in the street, they're playing superheroes, and the black kid is Luke Cage. And so he complains to his friends because you got one white boy in a Wolverine mask, the other one's in a Spider-Man mask. And he goes to his friends and he's like, hey, why do I have to play Luke Cage? And the white boys are like, isn't it obvious? You're the only one with a leather jacket. I'm like, can we go back to that, please? That almost like childlike innocence, right? Where they're not looking at race, they're just going, "Oh, you have a leather jacket. Luke Cage has a leather jacket. You are Luke Cage now."
Yeah. I am tired to these that Gen Z generation, which I was a Gen Z and you are a Gen Z, I guess. Um, I just getting tired of these people gonna be like, well, BMM started. I mean, when it started, bitch? You've never been there in 2014 when Trey Martin got killed, and no one ever complained up or no one put out signs to scream out like, "Oh my God!" I mean, we had to change things. I didn't see you guys were there in 2014. Just sit the hell down, for Christ's sake.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Oh wait, I mean
That was New Jack City.
there.
Yeah,
AL.
Ruby King is like we're never going back there. Nah, we'll get back there eventually. I just don't know when. Probably when this performative grandstanding no longer benefits them.
Yeah. Sorry, I am on the subway cutting in and out.
I understand. I know the struggle of the New York City subway. Ale and I are both from Queens, New York, so I get it. I get it.
You guys kidding it out of a park. Yeah. Hey, Ruby. Oh, you put 2 comments there. It's fine. We got you. Uncommonly, Jam, we're never going back all out with those more times.
Yes, we will.
Yo, Hiller, shoot me in the link. Okay. I don't know how to do the link. I'll find the link. I can't come for a few minutes. Okay. So, any of you guys in the comments want to comment what's your thoughts about this? I'm getting flip flop about this because this is on the racial segregation. You know, the wokeness has become racial Jim Crow now, or woke Jim Crow. Yeah, I just bet. Oh wait, there's a comment there.
The pendulum
The
swings.
pendulum swing both ways. I'll actually swing back. Yeah.
Yes.
LOL.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. That's true. It's just swinging in the wrong direction at the moment.
I mean, what's next? We're going acting like Canadian shows, like we're gonna dump them to American versions for Americans. Really? We're going to go after British shows. We're gonna dump an American version for Americans and they overseas.
Well,
Man,
well, to be fair, they've always done that. I mean, Power Rangers is the American adaptation of Super Sentai. Not all American adaptations of foreign works are bad. It's just that you have to have a respect, right? You have to have a respect for the original property. And when you're dealing with companies that don't have that, who just want to throw the cheapest thing at you, it's like the rant I did about Rockstar Games and that terrible release of the GTA trilogy. The idea of releasing the trilogy for an anniversary or the holidays or whatever is not the problem. The problem is that when you have absolutely no respect for your source material, you have no respect for fans or history or anything. When you straight up have no respect, you're just plain disrespectful, and you just put out trash and then expect people to pay for it. And what's worse is that there are some people who will, because there are some people who did.
yeah. Um, wait, there's comments there.
Yeah.
So true. I disagree. I believe we're going swinging back.
I hope they swing back.
The problem is a lot of those people think that the put on the head is good enough for us. Office. Wait,
Exactly. And AL makes a great point. They just pat us on the head like little dogs. You're happy with this, aren't you? No.
it's also an American show, Francine.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of
You know
shows.
what, AO? Let me tell you, AO. An Office originally it was a show. Let me show you that. Let me show you that. I'll go on to show you what I was saying.
I mean, a lot of TV shows that became popular in America had origins somewhere else. Like, what is it? American Idol. I think that the origins of that are in England at least, because that was Pop Idol, and then American Idol, and then it went all around the world. Or to take it way back, American Gladiators. I started in England, I think, because it just called it Gladiators, and then again there was American Gladiators, and then all different countries did their own variation. So entertainment's always sort of being circulated around, and various countries do their own versions of it. That's not the problem. The problem is when you do a version that's not respectful to the original iteration, and a version that insults the audience that you're trying to cater to. Or think about American Ninja Warrior that's based off Sasuke in Japan. I am old enough to remember G4 and them airing that show all the time.
Really short ended. At least it's 2001, and an American one is 2005. And
Yeah.
yeah, it is originated as a British show. It was short for like 4 seasons, I guess, or 1 season. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean, again,
never been surprised about that. So
well, yeah, again, a lot of TV shows that sort of make it in America um, have origins in different countries, and then what we know is the American adaptation. Again, not bad. It's just when you do it poorly is the problem, because then you end up insulting people on two fronts. You insult the American audience which is watching, and you insult the original audience and the original culture that created the idea. Adaptations are not the problem. Bad adaptations are the problem.
yeah, just like X-Men 97 is going to be a problem to today's standards.
That is a
Yeah.
possibility, and that makes me sad because they really could use that show to introduce characters like Daken, Wolverine's son. They could expand on Mystique's background, and through that introduce Destiny, who's the love of her life. They could introduce North Star if they want a coming out story. There are so many different characters of all various backgrounds that they could introduce. But if they do this show poorly, they're going to turn people away. That's the sad part. Like I said earlier, they could have everything they want if they would just put out a decent product. People are not asking for much. People didn't mind X-Men as it was. In fact, it was incredibly successful while openly addressing various social issues, racism, AIDS, or whatever else. The comics written by Chris Claremont for 15 years, and the animated series that they were based on openly tackled these things. They didn't hide it. They're open about it, and people didn't mind. People still don't mind. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to do a sequel series.
Yeah. And I think
Hello?
diversity, let me tell you, diversity is not like, just always about, your skin color or your sexual orientation. Diversity is
Oh my
about
goodness, who's the boss? Tony
come from
Danza.
your
Tony Danza and Judith Light. That takes me back.
it's about what you came from your origins. Hello? Again? Oh, wait. X-Men has even had a pro
You're breaking up.
Shemesh
I can't hear what you're
and
saying.
Logan.
Yes,
Oh,
X Men. Though, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to read. Yeah, I can hear you.
okay. Yeah. I mean, and they have some diversity of Christians, and yeah, it is. Hell, the 97 series even tackle fate. Yeah.
Probably not. I doubt it'll tackle faith. And the thing is that it could, because as AL said, they had a pro-Christian message with Nightcrawler and Logan. To be fair, though, that was a gross mischaracterization of Nightcrawler. He's a man of faith, but he's not a priest. He's had too many girlfriends. But
Oh yeah.
they could do things like introduce characters like Dust, although they probably won't do that because Dust was created by Ethan Van Sciver, and he's sort of not even sort of, he is persona non grata in the mainstream comics world. But
Hello, Jen. Oh
if
man. Oh.
they wanted to, there are so many characters that are not known to the mainstream audience that are beyond the main. They introduce if this show uh, does well, if it's actually appealing.
Hang on, Jen. I'll be right back.
Hello? I remember seeing online recently something about the X-Men 97 having adult themes. I'm like, how much more adult do you want to get? Because we had racism, we had divorce, we had AIDS, like, how much more adult themes do you want to get with the series? Everybody's got a tragic backstory. Like, really, how far do y'all want to go with this? These days, adult themes means, hey, we're going to introduce copious amounts of graphic sex and violence and profanity, and we're going to do that because now we have the license to, and we're not going to tell a story. We're just going to be edgy for the sake of edgy, and it's like, I like my edginess, but leave my X Men alone. If I want edgy, I'll play a Mortal Kombat game. I didn't realize. Sorry. Sorry. Hopefully she'll send you the link, Ruby King, and then you can come on. Because I have to go in a few minutes. Oh no. Yeah. The story wasn't too bad considering the fact that it was just a one shot episode. I think if they were going to feature him as a more prominent character, they probably would have written him differently. Maybe closer to what he was in the later cartoons, like what was it, X Men Evolution or whatever. But yeah, it was a one offer, and then I think they brought him back for the episode where Rogue finds out that she and Crawler are related. So yeah,
Come back, Jen. What's up?
yeah. I was just talking
Okay.
to the.
Okay. Let's look at that. She be a white. I mean, she be white back. Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm. I know Nightcrawler isn't a monk. He was too bad. Yeah. Oh wait, the LOL's there. LOL. LOL. So yeah. So fortunately, you mentioned me, Jin. Hello.
Sorry? Huh? Yeah?
Jeez,
Yes? I'm here?
I was. Yeah. Um. Hmm. Speaking of last time you said about Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's German descendant. I think he was born and raised in Germany. Because
Mm-hmm.
Germany has a dark past, and you got him being a born again Christian, and his mother was also German, and his sister or his half sister, his adopted sister, I don't care, was American from the South, the deep South. We home Alabama. Yeah. So you got a diverse pot there. You don't have to add a color or some sexualization out of nowhere. So why did you tell that?
mean, yeah, I mean, one of the most beautiful things about Nightcrawler's character is that he is an incredibly, at least traditionally. I mean, they've changed his character a lot in recent years, but traditionally, he's like one of the kindest X-Men you can meet, and that's the beauty of the dichotomy and the contrast between his appearance and his personality, because he looks like an imp. He looks like an imp in a funny costume, right? And to people, he does look like a devil, right? The tail and smells like brimstone and all this other stuff, right? So it plays on the religious fear or the Judeo-Christian fear of demons and devils and going to hell and all this other stuff. But he's one of the nicest guys that you could ever come across once you get past his scary appearance, right? And he is imperfect, but he does his best to embody the Bible's message of being a forgiving person, right? Lord save them, for they do not know what they do. He has every reason to, burn down Germany if he wanted to, but he would rather be as peaceful as an X-Man can be than, get revenge. And that's a very difficult human vice to keep under control, that desire for vengeance. And he's able to do it for the most part very, very well when he's written properly. But then again, I don't think many of modern day writers understand, and I'm not saying you have to be a Christian or a Catholic to understand Nightcrawler, but I mean just the general themes of forgiveness and faith and the contrast between one's appearance and one's personality. I don't think they even understand the themes that make up the character. If you don't understand what makes Nightcrawler Nightcrawler outside of, oh, he's a Catholic, then how do you understand the character?
Well, because I am a Christian, I not like religiously, but
Mm-hmm.
I just really am a.
Mm-hmm.
I just literally don't go to churches every Sunday. That's the truth. Oh man, demon. Well, I can understand the themes behind, like AL said, I would have liked more Nightcrawler. Like he was mentioned, or she mentioned, I don't know, or they,
AL's
whoever.
female. AL's
Um,
a woman.
huh? Oh, never mind.
AL is
The
female.
female, yeah, gotcha. What she says, because Nightcrawler was used to be a kind character on the X-Men team, or only mutant kindly. When you see his personality, he was a kind person. When the one time you meet me, you don't remember this. This is the X-Men episode when he found his mother. When he found out about the truth, I'll show you a video, but I don't care.
Oh, I
It's
think I
not a
remember
copyright
it. I
infringement.
mean, he's just begging for her acceptance, and it's heartbreaking. But Mystique doesn't love anybody but herself and Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. There it is.
Rainbow High House, got it all. 6 rooms, 3 stories tall. Kitchen
Nah,
sinks,
go over there.
spinning sheets all done.
Come on, you stupid commercial.
Couch, elevator rug, working shower,
Oh
bubble,
no, I get it, I get it.
club. Rainbow High House, all sold separately.
Yeah.
I didn't mean you any
Good
harm.
times.
Don't hurt me. What do you want from me?
The truth. I have lived 25 years and traveled 4,000 miles, wishing only to know the truth.
All right then, the truth. I have been many women in my time. Some rich, some poor. Rich I find is preferable. Your father was an Austrian count. Not handsome, but his money made up for that. He had a life
That's classic Mystique.
until I gave birth to a mutant son.
Oh, jeez.
The neighbors were not pleased.
That is when you abandoned me.
My shameful secret had been revealed. The would-be countess was a mutant. I had to start over. You were inconvenient.
What they're not showing is the literal mob that was chasing her in the comic, but they can't show everything.
Sad for you.
Sad? You want to talk about sad? I am a shapeshifter, an outcast, even among mutants trusted by no one. I don't have a life of my own. I just steal little bits from other people's lives. And that's how I survive. So there's your truth.
That's Mystique.
I didn't want you. Still sad for me.
I will beg God to bestow His grace on me, so that I could learn. Then I will ask Him to bestow His grace on you, so that you might forgive yourself.
Oh. That was it. Well,
That's him.
let's check another one. I think this has part 2 of him.
I am a mutant, but unlike most mutants, my condition was obvious from the moment I was born. The villagers told me the girl was such a freak. Never even knew her name. She abandoned me, but I did not die. Instead, I was found by a family of traveling performers. I became Nightcrawler, the star attraction of their little circus. But they were fakish world. I was perfect.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, close enough.
Okay.
But that was the beauty of the original show. A lot of the stories were either taken from or inspired by the comics that Claremont wrote in the 80s. Naturally, they had to tone some things down because of the audience, but they were fairly true to the source material. And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen with this new version. I mean, I could be wrong. I sincerely hope I'm wrong. I just don't think I will be.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna get going. Great stream with you two. Keep it up. Okay, good luck in the stream, Ruby. Take care.
Yeah, I have to get going myself actually, so I've got like 5 more minutes. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
No, I think we're good. I'm just making sure you want to join my stream. We're gonna talk to discuss about voice acting and X-Men. Look, in my this close in my concussion, no matter what race you were, but as long as you have a great character storyline, has nothing to do with you have your white kid syndrome or not. Don't be an idiot or a stupid head. Just enjoy what you are, but enjoy your entertainment once you had to entertain yourself, not just wasting an egg card. But just like what X Men was having, they have a diverse cast and don't have to be, with all the characters were racing or not. Just do it for everyone. Like I said, when AL says, I don't think they know how to write that for today's standards. Thanks for stream. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, are we still on track for 10:30?
Okay. So, what are your thoughts about the voice acting and the X Men and the diversity thing? So, what's your thoughts?
I guess final thoughts would be that I would like for X Men '97 to work out. I just don't think it will. And again, I do think it is this performative virtue signaling that's in vogue now is what's going to sink the show. I mean, when you have the voice actress for Jubilee walking away because Asian should voice Asian, and when there are resurfacing tweets from the lead writers and whatnot being very divisive on social issues like politics or the Rittenhouse verdict or whatever, I don't exactly have high hopes. It could prove me wrong. I wanted to
Who
prove me
cares?
wrong.
I'm not gonna watch the X Men '97. I know it's gonna be trash because I'm born in 2000 and I only watch, 2000
I
X
mean,
Men.
I mean, like it's gonna be at least a year or so before it airs, and a lot can change in that time. But assuming that nothing major changes and it airs, I'll watch a few episodes at least. I mean, if I could sit through He-Man, through 5 episodes of that god awful Revelations thing, then I will give it at least a few episodes, and I'll give a review, and then I'll let people know what I think. That's pretty much all I can do. That's all you can do about anything, right?
Well, here's a commentary. I'm
Sorry,
Asian.
something.
Okay, the best person for the character. Yeah, yeah, it is. That's amazing. Yeah, I very agree with you.
Exactly.
No human being should not racial segregated what ethnicity they from, unless they have best character development. And yeah, they taught a lot of bullshit from those woke idiots trying to racial segregate. When, when, bitch, you never ever complain about voice acting. Jeez, when it happened? You never tell us since 2014. Wherever. Yeah, I'll get off the stream. So thanks for coming to stream. Now, Jen.
You're welcome.
Jen.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to Ruby King NAL for getting in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you later in the next stream, or we're gonna do something discuss in the future. I'll really have to see about that. So
We'll have to see.
yeah. Well, thanks. Well, bye.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks you.